We see the sun every day, but what if the end of life didn't come from darkness? What if it came from light?
It hangs in our sky, a familiar, life-giving orb. Every sunrise, it bathes our world in light and warmth, a constant, silent partner in the dance of life. This is the Sun, a colossal star 93 million miles away, the heart of our solar system.
So, what happens when that lifeline suddenly disappears?
Without it, Earth would be a frozen, lifeless rock adrift in the cosmic dark. Its light fuels the photosynthesis that creates the air we breathe and the food we eat. Its heat drives our climate, stirs our oceans, and makes our planet habitable. The Sun is our celestial parent, the ultimate source of all energy and life on Earth. But this benevolent star holds a power so immense it beggars imagination. What if, in a single cataclysmic moment, our steadfast companion turned against us? What if the Sun exploded? A close-up of the Sun, its surface a roiling sea of plasma. Solar flares erupt in slow motion, arcing gracefully into space. The narration is calm, yet carries an undercurrent of tension. The Sun is a star, and the heart of any star is a furnace of unimaginable intensity. Deep within its core, where temperatures soar to 15 million degrees and pressures are 250 billion times that of Earth's atmosphere, a process called nuclear fusion is constantly at work.
But even the most powerful engines depend on balance.
This is the Sun's engine. Here, immense gravitational forces crush hydrogen atoms together, fusing them to create helium. This transformation isn't perfect. A tiny fraction of the mass is lost, converted directly into a pure, explosive burst of energy. As described by Einstein's famous equation,
E is equal to mc squared.
every second, the Sun converts about 600 million tons of hydrogen into helium, releasing more energy than humanity has consumed in its entire history. This outward push of energy perfectly balances the inward crush of gravity, creating a stable, shining star that has nurtured our planet for 4.5 billion years.
And what if that balance breaks in a single moment?
It is a delicate cosmic equilibrium, the very balance that allows us to exist. The screen abruptly cuts to black. A single line of text appears. 8 minutes and 20 seconds. A clock starts counting down. The Sun is shown in a terrifying, sped-up sequence. It swells, turns a malevolent red, and then erupts in a silent, blinding flash of white light that consumes the entire screen. If our star were to suddenly explode, to go supernova, the end would not be instantaneous. Light, the fastest thing in the universe, still takes time to travel.
By the time we realize something is wrong, it would already be too late.
For 8 minutes and 20 seconds, we would remain blissfully unaware, basking in the light of a star that no longer exists. The final sunrise would look just like any other. But then the sky would change forever. Not with a gradual dimming, but with an onslaught of unimaginable energy. A wave of neutrinos and gamma rays, the advance guard of the explosion, would wash over the planet, silent and invisible, utterly lethal, irradiating the side of the Earth facing the Sun. Then the light would arrive. The sky would ignite with a brightness billions of times greater than normal. A searing white-hot blaze that would instantly incinerate the daylight hemisphere. The very air would catch fire, and the oceans would boil away in a planetary scream of steam. It wouldn't be darkness that kills us, but a final, terrible, all-consuming light. A dramatic CGI shot of Earth. As the wave of the explosion hits, the planet's gravitational tether to the Sun snaps.
In that instant, Earth would be stopped being a home and become a wanderer.
Earth is shown flying off its orbit into the blackness of space. The atmosphere on the day side is stripped away in a violent rush, while massive tsunamis, hundreds of meters high, engulf the continents on the night side. The moment the sun vanishes, its gravitational grip on our world disappears with it. Earth, which has faithfully orbited this star for eons, would instantly be untethered. No longer bound to a circular path, it would fling off into interstellar space like a stone from a sling, becoming a rogue planet destined to wander the cold, dark void between the stars. The immediate effects would be catastrophic. Without the sun's gravity holding our solar system together, the planets would scatter, their orderly dance dissolving into chaos. Here on Earth, the loss of the sun's mass would send a gravitational shudder through the planet itself, triggering earthquakes and volcanic eruptions of a magnitude we cannot comprehend. On the side of the Earth that was night, spared the initial blast of light, the end would be different, but no less terrifying. The sudden release from the sun's pull would cause the planet's crust to shift and buckle. Colossal tsunamis, unhindered by any celestial pull, would rise from the deep, swallowing coastlines, and surging deep inland, erasing cities from the map under a deluge of dark, churning water. The sky goes pitch black. The moon and stars are the only source of light. The ground is covered in frost, then ice. We see a montage of iconic landmarks, the Eiffel Tower, the pyramids, encased in thick ice under a sky filled with brilliant, permanent auroras. Within minutes, the Earth would be plunged into a darkness deeper than any night. The familiar blue sky would be gone, replaced by an eternal, star-dusted black. The only light would be the cold, distant gleam of the stars and a faint, silvery glow from a now useless moon. With our primary heat source gone, the planet's temperature would plummet. Within a week, the average global temperature would drop below freezing. Within a year, it would be 100 degrees below zero. The oceans, which had raged in protest, would begin to freeze over, starting at the surface and gradually thickening, entombing whatever life remained in a global shell of ice. Photosynthesis would cease instantly, and the planet's food chain would collapse from the bottom up. Humanity, if any survived the initial cataclysm, would be forced to retreat deep underground, relying on geothermal heat to stave off the absolute zero of space. Above, the sky would put on a final, hauntingly beautiful show. The solar wind would be gone, allowing cosmic rays to bombard our atmosphere, creating shimmering, permanent auroras that would dance across the frozen globe, a ghostly farewell to a world that was once alive. A beautiful, expanding nebula, the remnant of the sun, is shown. Its colorful, gaseous tendrils stretch out, passing the orbits of Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. We see Earth, a tiny frozen sphere, drifting alone into the vast emptiness. The death of our sun would not just be the end of our world. It would be a major cosmic event. The expanding shell of gas and dust, the supernova remnant, would be a magnificent, terrible sight, a celestial ghost marking where our home once was. This cloud of debris, rich with the heavy elements forged in the sun's final moments, would travel outward at incredible speeds. It would take mere hours to cross the orbit of Mars, and days to sweep past the gas giants, Jupiter, and Saturn. Within a few years, it would reach the edge of our former solar system, passing the distant orbits of Neptune and Pluto. After about 4 years, the leading edge of this shockwave, traveling at nearly the speed of light, would reach the nearest star system, Alpha Centauri. For thousands of years, this beautiful, deadly nebula would continue to expand, eventually dissipating and mingling with the interstellar medium. The very atoms that once made up our sun, our planets, and ourselves would be recycled, scattered across the galaxy to one day see the formation of new stars and new worlds. It is a humbling, awe-inspiring thought. From the ashes of our own destruction, the universe would gather the ingredients for its next creation.
If thinking about the universe like this fascinates you, subscribe because some questions are too big to ignore.
Our end would be a new beginning, a final, silent contribution to the endless cosmic cycle of death and rebirth.